I'm about to contradict the hell out of myself with this gameplay, but guys, let me explain. What's going on, YouTube? This is Nick, and what you're going to be watching today is me using lethal kill streaks again. Ugh. One of my buddies last night during my live stream who was in the party with me talked me into using them again, and I figured I would just to see what came about just for a little bit, and this was one of the games I got. I got a lot of good games with it, but this was the best strictly because I go nuclear in this game. I will go ahead and spoil this part, and I go on a 41 gun streak. The only reason I will be uploading this game is because of that. The other ones that I had, I did get quite a few kills, but they were all the kill streaks doing the work, and you know how I feel about those. They're very boring, and even this one's slightly boring to me, but still 41 gun streak nuclear, it's acceptable. Let me talk about my class real quick, guys. It's pretty much the same, except I'm using extended mag silencer on my SMG this time, and I swapped out lightweight for hardline. That's the only difference. Where I use lightweight, I'm using hardline, and where I use quick draw, I'm using the silencer. And the kids I'm playing against are, they're playing with their elbows. These kids are horrible, and that's how you get these big games when you're using lethals. Is you got to play against kids with no hands, and I'll be the first to admit these kids sucked ass at this game. But anyways, enough about the gameplay. Hopefully you enjoy it. Hopefully you forgive me for it being lethals. Let me get right into the commentary. The commentary and the topic today, guys, is going to be who is the greatest athlete of all time in your mind. Let me go ahead and tell you who mine is, and this might come to a shock to some of you because you guys know I'm a baseball player now, and baseball is my first love. But my favorite athlete of all time and the greatest athlete of all time to me is Tiger Woods. About 2 years ago when I got into golf, after I got out of baseball, I needed something to compete in again. I didn't have anything competitive to play sports-wise. There was softball, there was pickup basketball, but it just didn't give me that need for that high I get off of being competitive, I guess is the way to put it. And then I found golf out of all things, and some people will say that's not a sport and that's not a competitive sport, and if anybody ever tells you that, slap them right in the fucking jaw. Because they have no idea what they're talking about, guys. Golf is the most mentally challenging sport there is out there. Not only do you have to have physical capabilities to be a good golfer, you have to learn the golf swing. And the golf swing is harder than anything else you will ever learn, guys. I can go ahead and tell you that. It has so many different variables and so much stuff you have to learn just to be a decent golfer, just to have a decent swing, to make contact with the ball, because that shit's pretty hard. I'll go ahead and tell you, when you just pick up your golf club for your first time, it's not easy. But the biggest thing for it is the mental aspect of the golf game. You have to be on a different level to even succeed in this game because shit goes so bad all the time in golf. When shit hits the fan in golf, if your mental game isn't there, then you've lost it. Your round is done, your day is done, and you'll never find it again. And that's why Tiger Woods is my favorite athlete of all time, because that guy's mental game, his approach to golf and the way he handles himself is bar none to nobody. Nobody else has what he had, that aura he has when he steps on a golf course. People are scared to death of him on the first tee when they step up the first tee of a round and they see him standing beside them. Even now, after his little sex scandal and he's kind of dropped off a little bit, you still see the fear in some of those players' eyes when they're on the tee with Tiger Woods, knowing that they're having to play with him and against him and having to play against the greatest player of all time. But it's not that title that just scares them. If you please just go watch a round. Please watch Tiger Woods play a round of golf. If you see him during a round where he's about to go low, like 63, 64, he's going to shoot really low on a golf course, or he's going to play a really good round, the look in his eyes and the fire in his eyes is not compared to, you won't find it anywhere else. He takes the mental aspect of that game and the mental aspect of sports to a whole different level. He handles himself in a way that I'm telling you, it's not compared to anybody else. And I respect it so much. People say he's cocky. People say he's a prick. I don't give a fuck. The dude doesn't talk to fans very much. Why? Because he's in a zone that is so far out there that you can't even begin to fathom it. They asked him one time, he hit a shot during the British Open, and I think it was at Carnoustie, and he literally could not remember what happened after the shot. All he could think about, he was saying that he was just in this moment that took him away, that he couldn't even remember what happened around him. All it was him and the golf club and the ball, and he lost all sense of everything else around him. When have you ever done that? Think about that. When have you ever been playing something competitive and just lost your sense of of being, but the only thing in front of you is the sport or whatever you're doing right in front of you. I know it's never happened to me. I wish it could. I wish I could achieve that level of mental greatness, but I can't because it's something that he has that I don't think anybody else will ever have. He's the greatest player of all time, and he's the greatest athlete of all time to me. But you guys can let me know in the comment section what you think about that. That is my opinion. I think Tiger Woods is the greatest athlete of all time and will always be that until proven different. Anyways, guys, 137-4 using lethals. If you like the video, drop a like. And always, guys, subscribe. But this has been A-TownKid, and I'm out.